Analyzing, analyzing, analyzing.
Ajuasegunlo brought to you by Bethel production. Good day, everyone. How have you been? How has been everything? I hope things have been going on smoothly and fine. Although it's been long, I've been here. Due to some reasons, I've not been able to, upload and sources like that. But at last, I'm still glad to be here. If you're watching this video on YouTube, please kindly hit the subscription button, and if you're listening to this, please try as much as possible like this, share it, and follow us wherever you're listening to us. This is Still Talk with Ajuasegunlo, and I am Ipeayeda Ajuasegunlo. I'll be your welcome to today's program. Today we'll be discussing on suicide and depression. We'll be talking about what suicide is, what depression is, and the way they are related, and all the things. You will enjoy it. Today we have some wonderful guests and their children. They will introduce themselves to us. So let's start with the first person. So please, can you tell us your name, just introduce yourself to us.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ologunloluwa, and I'm here to talk to you today about suicide and depression.
Good day, everyone. My name is Owoeye Michael.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Adepoju Oluwajoba. I'm here to talk about depression.
My name is Rahman Nashir.
Yeah, so we have Joba, Nashir, and Michael. Yeah, so we've had many cases of depression recently and suicide. So let me throw this as an open question. What is depression?
Depression is to be in a mood of disorder. Depression occurs when you have bad feelings.
Depression is a medical condition in which a person feels very sad and anxious and often has physical symptoms such as being unable to sleep. It is also a state of feeling sad without hope.
We've all heard from them. They've told us what suicide is, so I guess we already understand what suicide is. Thank you for that. Yeah, so now that we've talked about depression, let's talk about suicide. So let's hear from Nashir about what suicide is.
Suicide is a deliberate murdering of oneself.
Thank you for that, Nashir. I like the definition. Suicide is the deliberate murdering of oneself. When you kill yourself intentionally for some reasons which we will still discuss during the course of the program. Yeah, so the next question goes to elect. So elect, is there any relationship between suicide and depression? And if there is any, how? What is the relationship between them?
For me, I think suicide and depression are deeply related. And I think so because it is due to depression that suicide thoughts come in, which often but not always leads to suicide. So I am of the opinion that depression leads to suicide. If you ask some people, they might say, suicide is as a result of failure. It is as a result of setback. It is as a result of loss of will to live. It is as a result of rejection. It is as a result of unhappiness. It is as a result of defeat. It is as a result of inferiority complex. These and many more are the different reasons people give you for suicide, and yet none of these justify suicide. In fact, nothing justifies suicide because suicide is equal to murder, which is a sin both to God and man. But I should say, the real reason why people commit suicide is due to hopelessness. I believe that hope gives the drive to go on, and that without hope, the drive to strive will be lost. If one has hope, and failure, setback, rejection, and defeat set in, or one feels inferior or has lost the will to live on, one will be able to scale through all these trials of life with hope, and will not feel the only way out is by committing suicide. An old adage goes thus: if there is life, then there is hope. But I think it can be turned around to say, if there is hope, then there is life. Because it is only when you give up on hope that you give up on life and commit suicide. And hopelessness is similar to depression. So by now, I guess you share my point of view on why depression and suicide are closely related.
Thank you very much for that, Elect. So Elect said something and you want to bring out from the whole thing he said when depression sets in and there's lack of hope, that's when the person commits suicide. So one of the major things that causes suicide is lack of hope. One thing that, what else can life bring for me? What else can I gain? And if I leave, and this life is meaningless. When there's lack of hope, that's when the person commits suicide. Thank you very much for that once again, Elect. Yeah, so the next question goes to Nashir. So Nashir, what are the causes of depression?
Causes of depression are abuse, age, conflict, death or loss, gender, nature events, serious illness, and other personal problems.
Thank you very much, Nashir. So Michael, what are the signs of depression?
Signs of depressions are anxiety, no energy, irritability, thought of suicide, unable to sleep, feeling worthless, feeling like hope is lost, feeling of sadness that won't go away, eating too much or too little, unable to concentrate.
Thank you very much for that. So, Joba, do you know of any person who had depression and what became of him or her? But before that, share with us about the consequences of depression.
As we all know, the consequences of what depression can cause is suicide, hanging up, and poisoning. So, do I know of anybody that had depression? 2 years and 1 year ago, and some students of Owoeye used that popular sniper to kill themselves, insecticides. They used it to kill themselves, all just because they failed the exam. And again, we also know last year that around Owoeye side or Awolowo junction that a man jumped from the mast to the down, and the person that went to Lagos Terminal Beach and jumped from the beach into the lagoon.
These are all stories of people who had depression and committed suicide due to some reasons. Lack of hope is always one of them. Lack of hope, as let's say, lack of hope, when there is no hope, you feel like life is meaningless, that's when you can commit suicide. Thank you for that, Joba. Yes, so let's hear from Elliot about the personal treatment for depression. Like, let's say you are going through depression, how you can get out and come out of depression. So let's hear from Elliot.
If I was passing through depression, I would ask myself to hang on to hope, because although it may be bitter today, it might be sweet tomorrow. Although it may be thorny today, it might be rosy tomorrow. Although it may be thick today, it might be thin tomorrow, and although weeping endures for the night, joy comes in the morning. And if I was ruminating on suicide thoughts, I would think about the effect of those who put me where I am coming to waste. Think about all those smiles around me and what will happen to them if I die. And I'll think about the consequences of my death on those who lean on me for support. And I'm sure I'll make the right decision.
Thank you very much, elect. Yeah, so we've talked about you helping yourself out of depression. So now, Joba, tell us about you helping someone else out of depression.
If I will help these people, I will counsel them, I'll give them words of advice, or by telling them to visit the counselor or the school or any setting. I'll show the person some video clips about people who were depressed and the negative effects it came upon them. Because it can bring examples to them. I want them to remain happy and they should continue to pray.
Thank you very much, Joba. So we've heard from all of them. They've talked about what depression is, what suicide is, and understand the concept of depression and suicide. So I'll be talking about coming out of depression. So let me start with this story that a man said about his friend who had depression. Yeah, so this man, he was a classmate to the man who had depression. So while in the lecture room, because normally that man is always jovial, likes to smile, likes to laugh, likes to talk too much. But this particular day was just reserved. So after the lecture, this man greeted that one who had depression. And normally whenever he greets him, that man will reply him and say, "Do I look like someone that is not fine?" Jokingly. But this time around, the man replied and said, when the man said, "How are you?" and that man replied, he said, "I'm fine." So that was when that man that I'm talking about realized that something was wrong with his classmates. So later in the day, the man went to visit his classmates and he got to know that that guy's mother was sick, very very sick, and the doctor said there was nothing they could do about it. So, and also if the mother dies, there won't be any source of supply like school fees for that guy. So that was what made him depressed. But after when the classmates finished sharing the story with the man did not say anything. He was careful of what he told me that he was careful of what he was to say, so he wouldn't say anything that would hurt the feelings of the man. So note that be careful of what you say to a person that is depressed. Be careful of what you say. Yeah, so the next day he moved in with the classmates and was staying with him, but he still eating his own food. It's not like he understand. So He engaged that his classmates in different things. He made sure that the classmates was not lonely, was not down, and made sure he. So when he saw that the classmate was beginning to come out of it, he now engaged the classmates in prayers. They prayed, continued praying for the mother. So without wasting time, the classmates came out of the depression, and shortly after that, the mother got healed. Wow. So I'll be bringing out some things from that experience as to how to come out of depression. Yeah, so I'll start with you being careful of what you are saying, because when you're careful of what you're saying, it won't. You don't know what the person is thinking inside of him. You don't know whether this thing will add salt, whether this thing will add salt to the wound, or it will dissolve the hardness in the person's heart. So always be careful of what you are saying. We also have music. As you know, there are types of music. Importance of music. We know that there is therapeutic music that heals. So music is one of them. There are some types of songs that it is their lyrics that touch a person's heart, and there are songs that is the melody of the song that touch the heart of the person. I'm going to play something for you now, which is in line with what I'm saying. But before that, let's take a short break, and when we come back, I'm gonna play it for you.
Ajuasegunlo brought to you by Bethel production.
So welcome back from the break. So let me play what I said I was going to play.
First, I lost my husband. Next was my younger brother. He was jailed for what he knew nothing about. Then my only child was in the hospital, waiting for the time he would finally pass on. It was too much to bear, so I decided to take my life. Just about that time I was going to take my life, a message came into my phone. I thought to check first. A friend just sent an audio file to me. It was a song by Moses Bliss. As I listened, I began to feel better, and that's where the miracles started.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. You are who you are, yesterday, today, and forevermore.
Yeah, so I hope you heard that. And so we also have coming out of depression, we have positivity. You know, when medical people say that when people are about to go for operation, they ought them to have a positive mind. They will come out in, and that's because it goes a lot in their mental recovery. And also you have to engage the person. Anybody that is depressed, and always engage him with something that he likes doing. and also pray about the situation. I've also talked about be careful what you say, take care of the person very well, and I've also talked about music. With that, we've come to the end of this month's program, and thank God for the grace to finish it. I thank my guest speakers for accepting my invitation. We thank everybody that contributed to this program, and before the end of this program, this is Talk with Ajuasegunlo. I am Ipeayeda. So see you next month. Bye.
So today I'll be talking more on the oh God.
My name is Rahman Nashir, aka Commando.
So let's hear from
My name is Ologunloluwa elect, and I'm here today to be talking about it. Oh shit.
Yeah, so today we're talking about suicide, depression, what society is, what depression is, and the relationship between depression and depression. What do you say? I thought.